It is the 30th of May, Rabbi Furst, Pierke Avos, conversion of Ruth.
Okay, good morning.
Good morning.
Good morning, Barry. How are you today?
Baruch Hashem. Beseder Gamor.
Hey, good morning, Rav Aaron. Are you with us, Rav Aaron? Okay. Okay. Good morning again. This is Rav from the Furst here. And you see what's on the Nafi, you're in Shemaim here Zoom. We're learning our first year, Megillas Ruth. We're learning the Tzitz Eliezer. Teaching us his Kedushim on Megillas Ruth. We're in the bays. We went through a short synopsis according to the Shitas Rashi. Now we're going to be, if you see where the little red ball is, the Eben Ezer. Shot in the Megillas Ruth. Yeah, who would like to do a little reading for us this morning?
I think it's Barry's turn.
I'd like to pass. I just want to listen and absorb what's going to happen now.
Okay, I'll be happy to read. So we're at Bet, Rabbi.
Right. Mm-hmm.
Aval Ha'evan Ezra. So let me let Roy in. Sover she Rus ve'orpa chain his gairu lifnei she nasu le machlon v'chilyon. Okay, but the Eben Ezer is of the opinion that Ruth and Orpah did convert before they married Machlon and Kilyon. Chain Chosev Berus, because it is written about Ruth. What is Pei Aleph?
Ruth Perek Aleph Pasuk Beis.
Oh, Perek Aleph Pasuk Beis. Delo Yisachain Shi Kecho Machlon Mechilyon. What is this Yisachain?
Yisachain means it's not. It's possible. Or the low Yisachain, it's not. It's impossible.
It's not possible. And what is Sheyik Hu?
That Sheiku Machlon Mekilium Elu Nashim. It's impossible that Machlon and Kilium would have taken. Yiku was to take these Nashim, these women, Ad Shinizgaru, until they were converted.
Well, that's an opinion. That's not a proof.
Right. He's making an assumption, right? That it's impossible to assume that Machlon and Kilium would have taken these women before they were Mizgaya.
And in Pasuk Beis, it doesn't say anything about marriage. If anybody wants to look at it, right? V'shem ha'ish, v'melech v'shem ishta Naomi v'shem shnei banav Machlon v'Chilon Efrasim Mebeis Lechem Yehuda Uvo Sedei Ma'ov v'Yehu Sham, and they stayed there. So what does that pasuk prove? How does that pasuk prove his statement?
In pasuk 4, chapter 1, pasuk 4, it says they took for themselves in marriage Moabite women. The
Right.
name of one was Orpah, the name of the other was Ruth.
Okay, but I'm talking about what he's saying. The Ibn Ezra is now quoting Aleph Pasuk Beis. He's quoting that as his proof. So I'm asking, on that pasuk, where, what? You know, you're bringing in another pasuk. He's not bringing in another pasuk. This is a great person here who's making a statement. So I just want to deal with what he said. There's 15 other pasukim that could prove that they were married, but he's quoting this one pasuk. So before we go, before the train leaves the station, what is it? What is this? This is up in the clouds.
Right.
He's quoting. He's bringing this as his proof. So unless I'm missing something, I don't see where that particular statement proves anything.
Okay,
All
now,
it proves is that Machlon and Chilim were their children. That pasuk proves that. Okay, and they came to Moab and they stayed there. That proves that. But where does it prove that they married them? That they converted them before they got married? Doesn't even say they married them. In this pasuk, I'm saying he brings this pasuk.
so let's give him a chance. Hold on. Let's give him a chance.
Okay.
Okay. V'es ha-pasach Yud Aleph. So now it's saying chapter 10, pasuk 1.
Well, that would be there's a pasuk Yud Aleph. Pasuk Yud Aleph.
Oh, pasuk 11?
Yeah.
So we don't know what chapter it is.
Pasuk Aleph.
Yeah, it'd be Pierke in the first parak.
It's Parak Aleph.
Okay.
Vatomer Naomi Shichna Mibesa Lama Tilachna Imi Haodle Bonim B'Mea V'Hoyu Lachem Lanashim. Return, my daughters, why should you go with me? I don't have a son in my womb that they should be your husbands. That's the pasuk.
Right. Okay. So it says, Shene Amar, as it says, Lahem, she said to them, Naomi said to them, Ha'od li vanim b'mai. Are there more sons in my innards? Mi ba'or ha-even Ezra Sham she'amra lahen zos. So what is this mi ba'or?
Right, he's explained there the Ibn Ezra is before. He explains there the Ibn Ezra on that pasuk, in his commentary on that pasuk. The Ibn Ezra explains as follows:
That she said to them, this way, chivov velo derech yibum. this is the way of chivov, not the way of yibum. What's chivov?
She was just speaking about this. Why did she make mention that Ruth and Orpah should be aware of the fact that she has no child in her womb that they could marry? It wasn't at all that she had any intention that they should be doing yibum. It was just derech chibur, to endear them to her, right? That she was telling them, that you're really so beloved to me, both of you, that if I had a child in my womb, I would give them to you to be a husband, right? But not that she was intimating that there would be any type of yibum that would be taking place here.
I see. Key.
Right? And the Ebenezer explains over there, right? This is an important thing to know, that yibum is only done with achim. This is what the Ebenezer writes over there. He says yibum is only done with achim, brothers from the father, not from the aim. If you have a man that married, he died without children, and let's say he has brothers from the father and brothers from the mother, there is no yibum that's allowed by any of the brothers from the mother. The only ones that have the mitzvah of yibum are brothers from the father. So it's strictly impossible that any yibum could have been done, even if they were married, even if they were kosher Jews at the time. But if there were no other brothers from the father's side, there would be no yibum at all.
Isn't it also true that when a male dies and he has brothers, right? That the only people who are able to do yibum are brothers who are in existence at that time, not someone born later.
I think so. I really have to check the halacha. That's what it's called in Mishmeres Yibum.
Yeah, I think that's the case. So this would be that even if Ruth was pregnant at this time, that child, if it was a male, would not be chayav for yibum. He wasn't in existence at the time of these relationships.
Apparently, I'd have to double check.
So it's very confusing.
Right.
Varatza Lomar, that is to say, De'ilu hayu la banim, that if there were children, if there were children, if Nomi had children, b'mai haisa nos nas osam. What is nos nas?
No senis osam lehem. Takas nesim. She would give them, if she was saying to them, but you're such great girls. If I had another son, I would give him to you to marry to him. You're such great girls. That's what she was saying.
Okay, tachas ha-metim.
Amesim. In place of the mesim, instead of the dead brother, the dead son.
Ayin Sham, look over there. Vikamo Cain es hapasuk tet vav, and it's like that which is in the pasuk 15. She'amra Naomi LaRuth, that Naomi said to Ruth, Hine Sheva Yibam Sach El Ama the El Okim. El Hayim, El Haya.
Could you repeat that pasuk again? That's not
Yeah.
what it's, that's not what the pasuk says
It says,
here in
no,
Rus.
it says here, V'tomer hine sheva yevimtech el ama ve'el elohecha shuvi
Shvi
achrei
acharei. Yeah, okay.
yevimtech, right?
But is that just what is it? That's not what Lou read. But isn't the quote in what we're learning here different?
Hine shuve. No, I think hine. He says here, the pasuk Rus hine shava yevimtech ayim. The hine, the word does. He said that tesvav, right? Tesvav hine,
Yeah.
yeah, but hine, V'tomer hine. You want to read it in English, Barry? You have the English there?
And she said, "Behold, your sister."
Naomi's
He said, "Your
right?
sister-in-law has returned to her people and to her God. Return after your sister-in-law."
Okay, but the quota ends with God.
That's what I'm saying. He's not quoting the entire pasuk, which is unusual. Usually, when someone quotes a pasuk, they're obligated to quote the entire pasuk for clarity.
Okay, well, he really wants to get to what the Ibn Ezra says on that.
Yeah.
And what did Ibn Ezra say on that?
Mi Beor Ha Evan Ezra. The Evan Ezra explains Ki Ma'amra Al Ama Va'al Elohim to your nation and to your gods. Who le'ad she his gairu ayin sham. It is la'ad is until they converted.
Usually that's before.
Okay, so it's before they converted. Look over there. The Chain, okay, so now he's going to quote something else, but I don't get that point.
I'm not sure about this point either. Let's take another look. I want to see. See that I don't see that so clearly in Ibn Ezra.
Okay, so it goes on to say, and similarly in Pasuk Tet Zion.
One second. It's okay. That Ibn Ezra that he's quoting is a pasuk that's going on on pasuk base. That's still on pasuk base. It says, "V'nikra makom shemal is Mitzrayim kamuzim that Ela nashu v'lo yitaken shikach mechel melchon yishon ad shiyis kairu v'ad v'aid el amar v'el." Okay, it's not clear exactly. Okay, let's continue on.
Okay, so
Are we saying?
Pasuk
before you go on, are we saying right now that when Naomi says go back, you should go back, that's usually done pre-conversion, where they have to discourage the convert 3 times, the potential convert 3 times?
Well, that's what the Gemara learns out. That's the Gemara itself learns that out from what Naomi and how she was conducting herself with Ruth.
But he's not saying that. To him, they already were converted and already married.
Right.
Right. So
Right. So
very confusing.
Yeah, it's so far it hasn't gotten clearer yet what the Ibn Ezra is propounding over here yet.
Okay, so similarly in Pasuk 16, Mimer Ruth says, Amcha Ami Vigo, your nation is my nation, etc.
Right.
Mi Ba'or Ha Aleph Ayin.
But the Ibn Ezra, before the Ibn Ezra.
The Ibn Ezra explains that is to say, Leolam lo azov Toras Yisrael v'yachod v'yichud Hashem.
Hashem. Yichud Hashem.
Hashem. So it's forever. There's no help.
No, she Azov is to forsake. They will never. Ruth was saying she will never forsake Torah Israel, right? The Yichud Hashem.
What is the Yichud?
The unity of HaKadosh Baruch Hu, the belief in the unity of HaKadosh Baruch Hu.
Unity.
Yeah.
So Ruth is saying that she will never forsake the Torah of Israel and the unity of Hashem. V'hayinu shelo ta'azov ma shekavar Kabbalah aleha. And we see that she did not forsake what she already accepted upon herself.
Right. So that's how the Ibn Ezra is explaining that.
But
Ruth's commitment.
Okay.
Yeah, go ahead.
But the pasuk says, when she says Va'amech ami v'olayich Allah. She's saying that's in the future. That's your people will become my people. It's not yet.
Well,
Right.
English says your people are my people. Is that a correct translation?
I don't think so.
No,
It's in the future tense. No?
it's it could be interpreted both ways. I don't know. I'm not sure.
Amech ami. Yeah.
Roy, you have a translation? How's your translation?
Amech ami.
Your people are my people.
Oh.
Where you lodge, I will lodge. Your people are my people, and your God is my God. Etc.
All right. So even at that, I'm not sure if that's going to be proof positive that she was misguided already, because that's how she's planning to act, meaning that's how she feels now.
Right.
So I don't know if you can bring a proof positive from that statement.
Well, isn't that what the Ibn Ezra is saying when he says Shelo ta'azov ma shekavar Kabbalah aleha? kavar means already, right? In the past, she already accepted it.
Right, that's because he's assuming they were misguided already. Right,
That's an assumption.
But he's quoting this pasuk as his source, right? He's
right,
quoting
but again,
16 as his source.
right, but it's not I don't think you can bring a proof positive from it.
Excuse me,
Oh,
I've got also here the other version. Your people are my people. I will never forsake the Torah of the Jews and the oneness of God, says Ibn Ezra. Naomi said, we have been given 613 commandments. Ruth answered, thy people shall be my people. That is, I am now part of your people and I accept the mitzvahs. Yevamos 47b.
Right. So that's a pasuk which the Gemara itself is dealing with. So
Oh, sorry, it's also says your God is my God.
right,
We have forbidden idolatry. Oh, I'm sorry. Okay. Yes.
right. Again, look, you could indicate something from it, but again, I'm not sure if it's proof positive. So let's continue.
Ella Shetiksha
Shetiksha.
Afo al Evan Ezra.
Right.
What is this Shetiksha?
Tiksha, there's a question from Kasha. There's a question of from where on the evidence. I mean, from where does he have what's the basis of his assumption?
right.
From where is Evan Ezra getting it? Dimadua Nasta but Ami Lehashpia al Ruth. Dimadua is why?
Yeah, exactly. Why?
That why Nista, what's Nista?
To place to give a person a test from Nisoyan.
Why is Naomi testing her influence on Ruth?
Right. Why is Naomi testing Ruth by influencing her?
By influencing Ruth, Shitazov ma shekavar kibla aleha, that she should forsake that which she accepted upon herself. Why is Naomi pushing her to forsake what she's already accepted upon herself?
Right, because according to the assumption of the man Ezra that the Ruth had already been misguided, you don't tell such things to Gerim, right?
Exactly.
Right. Ve'ech hashpia al Orpah, and how does she influence Orpah? She tichzor migrusa, that she should return from her converted state.
Like she should renege on her converted state, on a
Right,
conversion.
she should renege on her conversion. Va'akav kach asasa kizos. What is this? Va'akav?
Ve'ekev kach asasa kizos I believe it would be Ekev kach, that it would be like a stumbling block to do such a thing.
that she would put a stumbling block like this. The Chazra El Ama, that she should return to her people, Va'al Elohaya, and to her gods.
Right?
So how can she? How do we understand that Naomi is testing Ruth by pushing her, trying to influence her to forsake that which she accepted upon herself? And how is she influencing Orpah to forsake her conversion by putting a stumbling block in front of her in saying that she should return to her people and her gods?
Right?
The Naomi owed Ayichla lahen sheyimtzao menucha, and Naomi, furthermore, what is this Ayichla?
That Ayichla Lehem, that she's going to like convince him, and Naomi owed Echla Lehem. She was further convincing them.
Further convincing them sheyimtzau, that they should find rest, asher beis isha, that is in the house of the woman.
Let's see, where is that pasuk? That we had that pasuk. That was one of the psukim over here. 1 second.
You talk about Pasuk 8?
Let's
Yes.
take a look.
Vatomer Naomi Lishte Kalaseha?
Could be Shivna.
Lishna Shivna Isha
I think it's 9.
9?
Yeah,
Okay.
the house of her husband.
Mm-hmm. Okay.
V'yitem Hashem lechem umetz mutzana menucha ishe beis ishe v'tishak lehem shenakol lechem. Right. So that she should find basically that she find a husband, right? Settle down, no?
Right.
Yeah. Go marry somebody else.
Husband.
Right. Right. So you can't tell that to a Jewish woman, right?
Right. Exactly.
Cree, it is red.
That's yeah. Go ahead, Cree. But meaning this is what the reading of it. The reading is that what?
Shebe Chazar 10 Lebase Amen Yiv Yin Seu Lemo Avim, that they should return to the house. What is this Amen?
I mean, that's the like their like their homestead. They return to their homeland, but their homesteads. Yishnu Moabim, and they should get married to Moabim. They should get married to Moabim men. How can that be suggested?
Right. Should I read the brackets?
Yeah, okay, let's go. We'll try it. Why not? The ayin, take a look there in the Rambam.
Look at the Rambam, Perech Yud.
That's Mehilkas Malachim, Halachi Gimel.
I see. From Hilchas Malachim, Halacha Gimel. She Pasuk Devan Noach Shenis Gayer. That the pasuk.
That's actually like from a psak halacha. The Rambam paskins psak halacha.
The Rambam paskins psak. Divan is halacha.
No, the Ben Noach Shinis Gayer Umal B'Toivo.
The Ben Noach. Oh, that a Noachide. Shanis Gayer that converts Umal Vitaval Achar Kach Rotze Lechazor. Okay, so he converts and he immerses.
Right.
And afterwards he wants to return Me'acharei from following after Hashem. Ule hayos ger, and to be a convert.
That's a ger toshiv, to be like a resident non-Jew.
Ger toshav. He wants to return from being a convert to being a ger toshav.
Right.
Bilavad only. She haya Mikodem, and it is from the beginning.
I mean, as he was originally, as he was originally. I mean, he wants to return to as he was originally.
As he was originally. Ein sho ma'in lo ella yiyeh ki Yisrael. L'chol devar o yaharag ayin sham. We don't
Lo Samin, no, we don't listen to him.
Bye. We don't listen to him. Rather, he is a Jew for all matters. Or he's chayav misa,
right? He either decides to keep everything like a proper Jew, or we'll just save him the trouble of living any longer.
Wow. So, in other words, this is strong evidence that it would be improper for Naomi to suggest to Ruth and Orpah that they return to being non-Jewish if they had converted.
Right. That's right.
Because even if a person says they want to do it on their own, we don't let them, even under penalty of death.
Right. Correct. So it's very hard to imagine that Naomi would suggest such a thing.
So isn't the Ibn Ezra contradicting himself? He starts off by saying it's impossible to imagine that they would marry non-Jewish women, implying that they must have converted, and then he brings all this evidence to prove that they didn't convert.
Right. Well, I mean, these are the questions that are asked on the Ibn Ezra, right?
Oh.
Yeah, the Ibn Ezra is not bringing these questions on himself, but these are questions that have to be dealt with in understanding the position of the Ibn Ezra.
Well, what is the position of the Ibn Ezra? All we seem to have seen was he states his opinion that they must have converted.
Right. So he's making that assumption, right? Making that assumption, but that assumption is number one, we don't see the Torah, we don't see a firm proof for that, number one. And also there are many difficulties in understanding how that practically could have been from several different angles.
Is it possible that the conversion was incomplete, and we're talking about two different stages of conversion, so that they excuse me, basically converted, but needs finalization or something like that?
That could be perhaps. I remember seeing some commentaries that speak about a possible type of a hybrid conversion that took place, but again, it's not really. I don't have any real proof for that.
So Barry's question is really strong. Why does he quote Pasuk 2? There are much better Pasukim to quote. When all Pasuk 2 establishes is that they were Ephrathites from Bethlehem. My comment says that Ephrathites means that they were distinguished people. So, I mean, it seems like what he's saying is, well, how could distinguished people act in such an incorrect way? But that's really pretty weak.
Right. So, yeah, we still need to have a clearer explanation of the Ibn Ezra's understanding here. All right, let's continue. See if any of these questions are addressed and answered. I mean, he's speaking out the questions. The question is, are there answers to these questions?
We might also want to look at Yevamos 47b inside and see if if we get any deeper understanding, if we actually read it rather than just see the excerpts.
That could be. That's a good point. I could see. I could try and see if that's the 47b. Let's see, 47. That Gemara it's learning out from the exchange of Naomi, but I don't know if you can bring a clear proof from that they had been misguided at that time. Yeah. All right. Let's see further.
V'chach hamotzi be'akedas Yitzchak.
That's a sefer. The Akedas Yitzchak is a sefer on Megillas Ruth.
Okay, so thus we find in the sefer Akedas Yaakov.
Akedas Yitzchak.
Did you say something, Rabbi?
Yeah, you have Yaakov or Yitzchak over there. Akedas Yitzchak or Akedas Yaakov?
I'm sorry, Yitzchak. Al Ruth she leachar she mevi shagam.
That's the Ragbal. The Rambag is a commentary on Tanakh.
The Rambag. So we find in the Akedas Yitzchak concerning Ruth that after she came, that also the Ralbag nimshach acharei ha Evan Ezra. What's
Right.
nimshach?
They're following after the Eben Ezra, meaning the Akeres Yitzhak and the Ralbag are going in the opinion. They're going continuing on with the opinion of the Eben Ezra.
Who maskif Osam. He disagrees with them.
Well, Maskif is the question. He questions these. He questions. I think he's questioning these questions that we asked previously.
Oh, bechach bechazika the kosev the Zion Lamed.
Vizel Lashon. I mean, he's quoting what these commentaries, what they say.
Okay. So he questions them in what they assume from what is written.
That he's Kosev Vizel Lashon. He writes and Zelashon is quote, right?
Right.
So
What is the word before kasuv? Bechazika.
Right. Who maskif osam bekach b'hazaka. He's asking them with very strong questions. Chazaka is very strong.
Oh, strong. Okay. As follows. Umaod isfila mikbal sam bezeh. And furthermore, what is this word isfila?
Like from Pella, it's ma'od his folly. It's very wondrous.
Wondrous. Okay, and it's very wondrous. This acceptance.
Mikiblosam bezeh laonish es Naomi. That through this Naomi was naonish es Naomi. Naomi was receiving a punishment for this.
It's surprising that we would find that Naomi receives a punishment for this. Bechata, this sin, mishpat, messias.
Masiach Madiach. Masiach, the Masiach Madiach is somebody who's trying to persuade a Jew to go off the derech.
Oh, from this attempt to dissuade her.
Right.
It's surprising that she would receive a punishment for an attempt to dissuade her.
Yeah, well, no, it's a inflation because bezel anish is annoying. I mean that if this was so, there should have been some punishment for Naomi for trying to persuade them in such a manner.
Oh, Naomi should have been punished.
Right.
Okay. So it's wondrous that we don't see that Naomi is punished for doing this.
Yeah, apparently. I'll tell you what, maybe since we're going a bit further than the time, maybe we'll start this paragraph tomorrow again.
Okay.
So remember, we're at the last paragraph at the bottom of the first page.
Right. Got it.
We'll get a fresh start on this tomorrow.
Rabbi Furst, I made a mistake with that, with Abraham. He's in Orsameach. I said Torah, or I thought that's a pretty high place.
Yes,
So it's in Orsameach.
he's an awesome man. Okay,
Yeah.
very good. Very good.
Yeah, but he was with us a long time ago. I've forgotten when, but many years ago.
Very good. Okay, welcome back. Okay,
It's not necessary. It's not for sure that he's coming back.
I understand.
Yeah.
Sure.
Okay, you got that, Lou?
That the name you gave me?
Yeah, he's from Orsameach, not Torah.
Oh. Okay, well, I didn't put anything in there about him. I just put his name and address in the list.
Right.
So he'll be getting the newsletter now.
Good. Okay, thank you.
Thank you,
My
Roy.
pleasure.
Okay, Roy, have a good day.
Have a good afternoon.
Thank you. Right.
And hope to see you tomorrow, and we'll be coming back